I've been using USGN since 2001. This is the third company I've worked with that I've used USGN. We've built 28 supermarkets in the last 18 months, and I owe a large part of that to USGN and the system, that we were able to pull this off by having a system that was collaborative. We were able to utilize its different components of it to bring in all the different players, from real estate to legal to construction to FF&E purchasing to accounting, and now we're working on facility maintenance with USGN. So for us, having one place to go for all of our needs has made it highly successful for us to open the amount of stores that we did. The value from USGN comes from the collaboration with multiple cross-functional departments. We start out with our real estate team and our master broker utilizing USGN. All the projects are uploaded in there, so everything from the site surveys to all of the demographic information is put in there. They track all their updates in there as far as what they have as the project moves forward, so they're able to utilize that. It also enables us to do a clean handoff between the real estate department and our legal department, and executes our leases. Our leases are executed by a team of attorneys that are able to go in there and extract automatically information from USGN that's already been put in there by the real estate team. So things as simple as the square footage to the correct address to contacts, things like this are already in the system, which makes it easy for the attorneys to find this information. So they run through, do their part as far as executing the lease. This makes it real easy for the construction team then to go back and look at the due diligence that real estate has done, also all the work that the legal team has done, and we're able to extract from that in a lease exhibit. For us, we're able to go through there and extract the important details of the lease, which could be a couple hundred pages. We're able to extract from that the information that's most important to the construction team. This is a huge time saver. If you can imagine sitting down trying to read a 200-page lease and extract from the information you need, we're able to pull the information automatically through USGN in a lease abstract, pull the information out of it that we need in order for the construction and design team to do their job. Our design team utilizes this, that they can also go to this lease abstract and go to the lease and go to the information that the real estate team has provided. All the landlord provided materials are all available on USGN. All the CAD files, everything that the landlord would have provided about an existing building or a proposed site, all this information is cross-functionally shared on USGN. So there's never a mistake that you're using the correct document, because it's always it's the approved document. So we have approved folders, not preliminary, but the approved ones. So it's always, there's never a mix-up as far as what is the correct file that we should be using, what is the correct plan. We always know that we're working off the most current information. So our design team is able to pull from that the information that they need. They're also able to pull from there all the information that we have prototypically. So whether it's an architect that we're hiring internally, or whether it's an architect engineering firm that the landlord is going to use for a build-to-suit turnkey, they have access to USGN, so they're able to go through there and pull up our prototype criteria drawings and extract from that the information that's important to us that needs to be part of the construction documents. We also are able to go in here and they're able to pull out all the FF&E cut sheet information. So all the different display equipment, all of that is all posted on USGN by our FF&E team, our furniture, fixture, and equipment team has that in there. So by having, again, a collaborative place for it, all this information is in one place. So again, everybody's sharing the same accurate information. So the important part of this is, again, it's accurate and it's time saving, because the same information is in the same place every time. So there's very little hunting for information. You know that that information, if available, is always going to be in this place. Plans being done is able to go out, we're able to do our bids. We do all of our bids on USGN. So all of our general contractors have access to USGN. We have a pre-designated form of how we want all of the bids to be put together. So when they actually bid a job, it's by division. Every one of those divisions is broken down into categories that we care about. So for instance, the amount of square footage of ceramic tile going into a bathroom, there's actually a line item in there for that. This helps us assure that they're not over quoting or overestimating the amount of tile that goes into a store. Doesn't sound like much, but you say that times 150 stores, then it adds up. So we're able to extract all this information in the bid process, and then through USGN compare up to 10 different general contractors, even more if you wanted to bid that many, compare their bids and get a quick look, apples to apples, bid comparison between the various contractors. Once that bid, the winning general contractor is selected, we're able to take that bid and actually take that bid form and turn that into the PO that we issue them for the work that they do. So whenever they submit a pay application to us, we're using an actual bid form for their schedule of values. So as they're bidding that information is already in there. So we're extracting straight from USGN the actual bid that they bid, so we know how much they're applying to each one of the divisions throughout the cost. I had mentioned before that we issue POs. One of the things that we do with USGN is we utilize the PO payment and invoice module of USGN. All of our general contractors and all of our equipment suppliers are issued POs through USGN. This helps us track not only through our budgeting process, but it actually shows me my total encumbrances across all the jobs of how many POs have been issued and what is our total encumbrance across all of those projects. Being able to put all of the POs and invoices into USGN helps us create automatically reports for our accounting team that's very valuable. For instance, we're able to, without generating a report, as automatically as our CFO can pull through a cash flow report, which tells him by period how much cash we're estimating that he needs to have in the bank in order to pay all of our bills. Before, this would have taken a week to pull together all this type of information. Now all this information is automatically done with us automatically through USGN because we're utilizing the PO process. Our vendors issue invoices. They're able to go to that PO, click the invoice button on it, it flips the PO over and turns it into an invoice, and they submit their invoices on here. So we can see from the time that we've ordered something all the way through, everything is on USGN. So everybody on my team has one place to go. We have one place for reports, one place to pull the information. I don't think we've really tapped into 20% of what we possibly could do through USGN as far as reporting, analysis, forecasting, and strategic planning for the company. These are things that we will improve on as the years go by. The next thing that we're working on with USGN is to work on the facility maintenance portal. We're looking at ways that we can take our purchase orders and our invoices and have those automatically generate assets for us. And these assets could be rolled into USGN, could help us in tagging the stores and also help us tracking the cost of ownership through those pieces of equipment for each one of the projects. So if you can see for USGN, it takes us from cradle to grave that we're going to be able to utilize everything that we do in one system. As I had mentioned, we utilize USGN for construction, and all of our schedules are built inside there. Our general contractors, our architects, all of our equipment suppliers, all the players that we work with all have visibility into the projects. They all have access to the schedule that's on USGN. We're able to go through there and track key milestones throughout the construction process that assure us that we're meeting the goals and make sure that we're tracking on time. This also helps with all the different vendors that we utilize. They're able to go through there and see that as well. From a cost standpoint, we always have our bids and what we originally budgeted against what our actual bids are going to be in the project and against what was approved. So we're able to look at that. We also track change orders. So anytime a change order is submitted on USGN, that goes into a report of not only what was budgeted, but what was approved, and then what is actually been applied for as far as a payment application or invoice. The amount that has been approved for payment shows the amount of change orders that have been applied for, and then the amount of change orders that have actually been approved. So at any point in time, I've got a complete visibility of all of our projects and all the costs relative to that project. Several of our executive team members that have access to USGN, and what we've done is we've set up dashboards for each one of them to extract from that information that they want to know. For our merchandising team is able to go and get the latest fixture plans off all the jobs. They're able to go through there and see what the turnover dates are going to be for our project. Our CFO is able to go through and pull any amount of information off of USGN, from cash flow analysis to projected budgets to timing of the spends, which in the financial world is very important. So yes, there are multiple internal users that have visibility only into USGN, but never are bogged down with the day-to-day communications of USGN. The USGN team is great to work with. They're responsive. We're able to sit down with them and identify opportunities. We could talk about planning. We could talk about the things that could benefit us. And it's always the standard answer for them, those guys is, yeah, we can do that, and we can find a way. They're able to work with us and make things happen. I think with USGN, we're probably one of the largest users of USGN as far as the sheer amount of departments and modules that we use. So for us, it's been a huge benefit to work with them and establish everything from the way real estate wants to handle their business to how legal wanted to handle their business, construction, FF&E purchasing, design, accounting for all the POs and invoices. So you think about that, that's a lot of different cross-functional teams that had to be made happy, and they were able to satisfy everybody.